So back around that time, what were people in Millbrook doing for jobs? How were people earning money?
A lot of people were involved in plaster, and some were in the carpentry. A few were working in town, but in many cases, though, it was the last hired and the first fired applied. But one of the, I suppose, one of the big factors that was holding most people back, pardon me, was simply that lack of education. Okay, it wasn't an easy thing to go to school and get funding and what have you. I again put this experience of mine in my book, and We Were Not the Savages. In 1960, I returned from the States and wanted to go to business college here in Truro, and the Indian agent, of course, told me that I should go out and get a pick and shovel and do what I was best suited for. And I got Cyril Kennedy, the MP from Truro at the time, involved, and my aunt, Becky Pictou, was a maid for them, and so Cyril was a little sympathetic, and before the day was over, I had my funding to go to school. And but it wasn't easy to get there. Okay, it came in checks were made out to the school. My allowance was made out to the school and everything else. And Mrs. Wright used to pass it out, and here's your check from in front of all the other students in Indian Affairs. And but I enjoyed that too, though. Really, I made a lot of friends in there, and discovered something about Truro that I think was unique about it. Truro was a very kind of English type society at that time. There was different classes of people. You know, you had the Caucasians, the black, the Mi'kmaq, of course, the Chinese, the Jews, and the Muslims. But they had their own pecking order, even the Caucasians. I think it was the United Church was number one, the Baptist number two, and down to the Catholics. The Caucasian community were the lowest. And then, of course, when you crossed over to the Mi'kmaq and to the black community, we were at the bottom of the ladder. But you could, even the kids, the Caucasian kids that were going to business college with me at that point in time that were from out of town, they weren't really accepted either by the town people. Okay, it was sort of at arm's length. So that way, most of us, we all hung around together from out of town, except the two friends I mentioned about the pool room. They were from Truro, but the class society was kind of stuck to. Well, you know, you got to remember, even the Jewish people in Halifax were not permitted in the clubs and bar rooms and stuff like that until the 1950s, 1960s, before they started permitting them to join certain clubs. They were off limits.